Let's go, Colts fans.
Touchdown! 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, my goodness. Do we have a quarterback situation here? Are you in the camp of wanting Joe Flacco to be your QB the rest of the year? So you get a play action fake right here. This is the very first play of the game. And bam, guess what? You get pretty much what you want. Deep route here, and then the dig to Pittman is here, okay? This has been open, all right? You have, and he just stares it down for so freaking long that, the ball is finally getting released, and this corner is able to peel off and almost make this play, and you'll see it from this angle right here, okay? Once again, really good protection, keeping TJ Watt and company at bay. You see the DB is right here to make this INT. Lucky enough the ball was thrown high to where only 6'3" Michael Pittman could get it. This guy is still a really, really good receiver. Man, I loved, and I mean loved, the way Steichen called this game. I'm a huge fan of 1st and 10 play action. Man, it just forces defenders to bite, even if the run game isn't even going. But, God, this is just really elite quarterback play from Anthony Richardson. Playing in rhythm, in time. Look at this ball. I mean, it's an absolute rope right into the chest of Pittman. And this was very encouraging, right? A lot of fantasy owners not happy with Michael Pittman. All right, a lot of you got on me for the mispronunciation of encapsulates. I can't say that word smoothly at all, but this perfectly encapsulates the Anthony Richardson experience, okay? JT is just that guy. So there is a lot of equity in the zone read game with Anthony Richardson as your quarterback. Okay, look at all this gravity just for JT, and this is as clean of a pull read you will ever see. This is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Even he is fooled by it, Patrick Queen. And look at this. I mean, look at this, okay? And guess what? All you need to do here is slide. Okay, you've already picked up a lot of yards. Instead, you lose the football. Okay? There's just so many different levels of inconsistency with Anthony Richardson. Not only did he lose the football, he also got hurt right here. And then you'll get this angle here. And once again, I like AR. I want him to succeed. Gets hit in the hip. Once again, this really wasn't a dirty hit, right? A lot of people were complaining because Fitzpatrick was also the one who knocked out Nick Chubb. But, I mean, this was nothing like that, right? And you could just tell in a lot of pain. I hope he's okay. I mean, the league is so much better with him in it. Anthony Richardson leaves the game. You bring him back in, and the first play is a design run, okay? And it is a design run. You can just tell by the pullers here. And it just... I just don't know if I would have done that, and he takes a big hit right there. So after that, he's just done. So Joe Flacco off the bench, another team, did what he did last year with the Browns. God, I can't wait to see Flacco run this offense because I love me some Josh Downs. This is really, really, really good quarterbacking, okay? Little smash concept with the little whip here, okay? And look at when Flacco's actually throwing this football. Look at when he is deciding to rip it. Now, once again, this is not a hard read per se, but when you're in this goal line situation, you've got to get this football out as quickly as you possibly can. Joe's already ripping this ball before freaking Downs was out of the break, and he's able to not only catch it, but also protect himself off a big hit, okay? Get a true man coverage indicator here with JT coming out here. So guess what? Joe Flacco knows exactly where he's going. Right here to Josh Downs. God bless America. This wasn't even that great of a route. DB is on him. And look at this ball location. Bang. Okay? Right there. Leads him. Lands right at the first down marker. Good stuff. I don't even want to do any analysis on this play. I just want to celebrate the fact that Joe Flacco is still able to do this crap, man. From the pocket. Absolute missile. Look at this ball location. Michael Pittman is alive and well, folks. Good to have Pitty back. Man, leads him. and now he's dragging people, and that is just a ridiculous piece of quarterbacking. All right, hardest position in sports is quarterback. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I would make a strong argument on the offensive side. The second hardest is tight end, okay? What they're asking on this 3rd and 1 is for TJ Watt, okay? TJ Watt knows what the hell he's doing. There's not a dual threat quarterback back here anymore, so he doesn't have to respect Anthony Richardson's running ability. You are trusting a split zone from this tight end to come kick out a screaming TJ Watt down, and guess what? The tight end has a chance, okay? Ogletree, whatever his name is, has a chance, but you see he kind of stops up, and he doesn't want anything to do with actually hitting him, okay? For this play to work, it's bang, bang, all right? It's bang, bang. For this play to work, though, your tight end has to go into this fearless, okay? And, well, he doesn't. And TJ Watt blows this up. Did not help that 99 also blew up 72. All right, 2-minute warning. Still up 17-0. Man, this is just really, really, really good stuff from Steichen and Joe, right? You know, people think RPO offenses, you've got to have a dual threat quarterback. And you just don't, right? Gardner Minshew was RPO merchant last year with this Colts team, okay? RPO works. Get the football to Michael Pittman. Joe Flacco was getting absolutely destroyed. And, man, one thing that was interesting from a Steelers perspective is their safety depth was so deep in this game, and the Colts kept feeding. All right. So, do you want to see what happens when 2 former Raven Pro Bowlers go head-to-head? Well, this is what happens. Joe Flacco decides to tuck and run, which is the right thing to do. 3rd and 5, you just got to pick up these yards, okay? And Flacco decides to slide. Now, you never want to slide in this spot because they're going to mark you down where the ball is or where you start your slide, and you're a full yard short. I do think it's worth it to really go for this, but at the same time, as a backup quarterback, you might be instructed to not get yourself knocked out because then you're going down to the number 3 guy. Okay? So I get it, but you know, how many more times you're going to see Flacco run for a first down anyway? 3rd and 10. This is late in the 3rd quarter, 17-10 Colts. Man, this is just sicko QB play. All right, first thing is look at what they're doing pre-snap. They're rotating these safeties, okay? The Chiefs did this versus the Dolphins, but they didn't run this exact coverage out of it, okay? So what happens here is you get a little bit of like a defensive triangle right here. And the fact that Joe Flacco had the audacity to rip this into Michael Pittman is impressive, okay? Trusting his arm strength, bang, got it there. And, yeah, it looked like Alec Pierce was open. He really wasn't. And you pick up the first down. All right, so to me, you know, the different offensive coordinators have different, things that they're known for, right? Shanahan's known for wide zone. Obviously, the old school Patriots known for Hoss juke and Gronk over the middle. What Shane Steichen to me is starting to be known for are these 3-level flood concepts to one side of the field, okay? He does a really good job of flat, second, third, right? And this is where you normally want to throw the football. Alec Pierce has been so good as a clear-out guy, okay? So, obviously, his play style fits AR probably a little bit better, but you know, your job in this offense is to draw coverage, right? So he's running a vertical to help create space right here, and the guy running into the flat's job is to hold the corner in the flat. Okay, so 3rd and 7, look at this, tight end's holding the corner. You have the go route here, holding both this corner and this safety right here, and now you got this space opened up, okay? This is a good job by Joe Flacco feeling out this pocket. They backed out of a rush here. There's no rushers coming from this side. This is a good job by the Colts sealing this off. So Flacco has a clean pocket to work with. And look at the anticipation to fit that in. Okay, it's really, really, really good design, good execution, and a weird defensive call. All right, so now we get to here. It's 3rd and 10. And the Steelers, the reason they mainly lost this game is that they just could not get off the field on 3rd down. 6 of 11 is just nuts. So what happened? Well, Steelers were in man. They were playing basically two-man under here. And the tight end who initially chipped was a guy that got open. Now, I don't know whose man this actually was, but leaking tight ends going away from the flow are always deadly, okay? So Flacco does a good job scanning the full field. Nothing is open. You don't want to throw into this coverage. So Flacco does a good job eventually finding Ogletree right here, and this is a walk-in touchdown. Yeah, I felt the Steelers had a really bad defensive game plan. I really, really, really do. I understand you want to play a lot of two deep safeties because you have these guys like Alec Pierce, A.D. Mitchell, and you just have burners to the outside. But now that you have Josh Downs back, it really changes things, right? Flacco immediately sees with this pre-snap alignment, he's going to have Downs versus a backer. It does not matter if this linebacker has inside leverage. It's really hard to break to the inside versus inside leverage. But Josh Downs is a freak of a slot receiver, man. I'm telling you, he's good, all right? But he looks really freaking good, like Wes Welker level when you put him up against a backer all day, every day. All right, 3rd and 6. Now this corner has outside leverage on Josh Downs, and this is just nasty. I mean, dude, this is just flat-out nasty wide receiver play, okay? God bless. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that he was able to get to the outside here and not only get to the outside, catch it, stop his momentum, and turn on a dime to make this defender miss and pick up the first down, man. God bless. I would not be shocked if he led this team in targets. Alrighty, so you get to this 3rd and 3, okay? I don't mind the run call here on 3rd down. I really, really, really don't. Because normally in these 3rd and 3s, you're thinking you're going to get a pass look, right? They're thinking that they're going to be passing, especially with Trey Sermon into the game. But instead, the Steelers bring a safety blitz, which kind of blows this play up. This actually is a good job of the pulling guard to get that right there. But Granson isn't really an elite blocker. He's getting ragdolled here. And this ends up being lost yardage, okay? You're actually getting surge on the DTs here. But, man, it's just poor blocking. Alrighty, so I know I do mostly quarterback breakdowns. That's mainly because, well, they're the most important players, and those are the guys that you're most interested in. This is a 2nd and 10, and 1 first down pretty much ices the game, okay? And guess what? It gets open, right? Bang! The dig right here. It's wide open. All right, so we get to the end zone copy here. So Flacco could have hit the dig right there for the first down. You have Quenton Nelson. This is the best player outside of JT on your offense. He might be better than JT. His PFF grades are pretty good. But he got a really low pass blocking grade in this game, and I think a lot of it had to do with this rep. Cam Heyward, he's probably set a record as one of the few players who started a podcast and actually got better because he is playing at an unreal level, right? There was a lot of people that didn't want him to get the contract, but you can't really put a price on leadership and an elite 3-technique pass rusher with the game on the line, right? We talked about it recently in our Chris Jones film study. That video is floating in the top right corner of your screen. There's a lot of value in having a DT who can crush a pocket out of a 3-tech going up against a future Hall of Famer here. And that's exactly what happens. Let's actually start at the beginning of this rep here. It's not really anything crazy. There's no real pass rush move or anything. It's just a bull rush, okay? It's hard to get Quenton Nelson going backwards like that. So you could see that Flacco is starting off looking left, and then he's starting to look up the middle right here to the dig, and you just can't do anything, okay? Now, it didn't help that 99 on the twist technique was coming around, or the loop. But really, it's Cam Heyward who makes this play. I mean, that is just freaking ridiculous stuff right there. And he gets a sack. All right, so we get to the following play, okay? It's 3rd and Bloomington here. Man, this is a long way to go to pick up a first down, okay? So what happens? Well, a few things. If I'm Joe Flacco in this situation, I understand, being up 3 isn't some crazy lead, but I do not mind in any circumstance throwing the check down, right? Just throw the check down. He might pick it up here with all this space. Also, if you throw this check down, it's keeping the clock moving, okay? But obviously, Joe Flacco's like, F it. I'm old. I've won Super Bowls. My legacy is cemented. I'm going to make one of the toughest throws you could possibly make as a quarterback, okay? Joe Flacco, PFT Elite here. He's trying to throw the corner route here on a smash-ish concept here, okay? He's trying to throw this in hopes that the corner is going to come to the tight end in the flats, okay? Now, he guesses a little bit here when he decides to throw this football. This probably should not be thrown to A.D. Mitchell. But what he's seeing here is A.D. Mitchell is probably beating the corner in a foot race to the sideline. So Flacco's like, hey, this corner is this pinned in on Mitchell. Let me see if I could throw it into the blind spot right here and see if Mitchell can run into it. I am probably never, ever, ever making that throw, okay? Now, I understand as well that it looks like this vertical go is there, and it kind of sort of is, but you're never really throwing that ball, okay? But what happens? Well, for some reason, A.D. Mitchell decides to go out and up. Now, that might have been the play design, okay? But it wasn't. He turned his back to the throw, and guess what? It should have been picked or almost picked. So it looks like a really bad throw by Joe, but I don't know what Mitchell was thinking there. All right, Colts fans, this is what it's all about, okay? Not the cleanest high-five contact, but look, we got two people from two different backgrounds. He's with her, and look at him and his homeboy right here. Look at that. That's what it's all about, man. That's what sports does. And my guy, look. What this? I want to know this guy's life story. I know it's something crazy. I know it involves animals in some way. But man, we have got ourselves a quandary here, Colts fans. What do you want to do at quarterback? Obviously, Steichen has said that he doesn't think what's going on with AR is too serious. But we kind of have the situation that the Browns dealt with last year, which is freaking Joe Flacco is just good, right? Who cares he fell apart versus C.J. Stroud in a playoff game last year? Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, C.J. is really just that guy. Does Joe Flacco give you the best shot of winning right now? Abso-freaking-lutely, because he actually played well, which is something Anthony Richardson has not done all season long. Now, I understand that a lot of you are going to say, well, Anthony Richardson is, it's going to take years, and the only way we're going to get him better is with snaps and experience, and Joe Flacco is just the now, right? It's the now versus the future debate. Well, guess what, Colts fans? You know who you have now on your roster? Quenton freaking Nelson. You got Jonathan Taylor. You've got a really good set of freaking receivers. Now, is this a championship quality defense? Of course, I don't do a lot of Colts defensive reps. Probably not. Franklin obviously is a really good player, and Latu Latu was an absolute steal in the freaking first round. But, probably not. It's probably not a Super Bowl roster, and Joe Flacco's probably not a Super Bowl quarterback at this point in his career. But, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on how you want to look at things. Now, I will say, you should just knock that football down instead of try to catch it, but I understand wanting to get your stats up, Blackman. That's why you play DB, my guy. But the bottom line is Shane Steichen is one of the best coaches, or I'll say one of the best play callers in the NFL. And the fact that he got this team back to 2-2 makes me really excited to keep breaking down Colts games. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Two of my favorite coaches in the league right there. How about it? And tonight, we are doing Korean barbecue. Let's go.